Alrighty, welcome back out here with FishBob, and we are in Connecticut right now. We're fishing one of the local rivers right now, and we're trying to catch some monster striper. So last night we went out and we fished from 10:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. and we got on some big fish. We're hoping to repeat that today, and we're gonna be trolling a little bit. You know, it's in the afternoon right now, outgoing tide out here on the river, and we have just a couple hours of daylight, so we're gonna try to make the most of it. You can see the rods are out right now. We're gonna be trolling a variety of stuff.
We're trolling spoons, metals, plastic eels, and umbrella rigs. We're probably gonna hit like right where the freshwater meets the saltwater, and then right out into the Long Island Sound. We're kind of trying to stay away from the sound right now. It's opening day here in Connecticut for blackfish season, so it is going to be pretty busy. Also, because we had a late night last night, we got a late start, which I don't think is that bad. I'm hoping most of the people are already off the water. Right now, we're just kind of slow trolling to some of the spots that we need to be at. This way we don't waste any time or waste any daylight.
So yeah, we got the fish finder on here. We're already marking some fish, and it should be good. Out here, the people are catching 40-50 pound stripers. Biggest one for him this year is 61 pounds. So that is a behemoth of a striper. And yeah, I'm hoping to smash my PB striper today. Let's see if it happens. So check it out, beautiful river. All of this, nice and wide. And it just looks so fishy. Look at this current ripping. You can see all the logs. You gotta be careful with those. But it's great to see such strong current. That's something stripers really like. And then here you can see we got the fish finder. So it's about 20 feet deep right here. You can see the bottom is just this outline right here, and then every once in a while we'll be marking some fish, which will appear as some purple or red dots above the bottom, and usually they're huddled up, but that's how we'll know where these guys are hanging out. As you can see, we're not really in the middle of the river right now. We're off to the side. That's where a lot of the big fish like to hang out. They really like hanging out in shallow areas. Oftentimes you can catch really nice sized striper in only a couple feet of water. And we got our rods being trolled right here. So we got one right over here already being trolled, and we got our baits about 10 feet down. So the goal is to get the stripers to come up and smash it. And then our second rod right over here, same idea, and we're just going to be trying everything until we get a fish. We could potentially catch a really nice striper right now. And these rods are built heavy. They're built for muskies. There's some stripers. Yeah,
two.
Yeah,
looks like two of them.
So you can see each one of those curves kind of looks like a banana.
This right here is current. This is what's under the boat right now, and then this is history. So our lures are probably somewhere back here. So a lot of times once the image gets to about this area, if the fish is going to strike, it'll strike right around that.
So he's saying there's two because you can see two of these little sort of banana shapes. So you can literally count the fish, and just a great way to know where the fish are at. You can see they're hanging out by the bottom, typical striper behavior, and the larger ones typically hug the floor. That's about it for now. Right now it's a bit of a waiting game. We're getting a slow troll. What is this, 3 miles an hour? 3-4 miles an hour, and we're just gonna be chugging along, waiting for that big bite. Fish just jumped over there. Looks like one of the baby. Oh, I think something's chasing. Look, you see it? Right there. Right here. There's something chasing something. Right there. Look, there's something moving right there. It's the... I think it's a little baby bluefish fleeing from something. Oh, nice. Look at this. Big bait ball, and then you can see the striper.
We got one striper here, pushing the bait in. That's why it's dented. Fish are fleeing that way. We got another striper circling around it.
Wow. You can literally see how the bait is moving away from this striper right here. Looks like it went at them and it sort of swirled to avoid it. But striper around, and this bait ball, you can see it's almost 5 feet. 5 feet wide, or 5 feet high and a couple feet wide, maybe 3 feet, but that's a solid amount of fish right there. Yeah, more bait. Wow. Yep. So you can see this bait must have been down below, and look at the amount of stripers that are here. So they're pushing it up, and that's why you see this kind of weird shape.
Big, dude.
Those are some big stripes. Any minute now, one of these rods will just go off. We're slowing down a bit to give these stripers a chance. What do you figure these are size-wise?
Those would be like plus 40 inch fish.
Plus 40 inch.
Like, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds. The size is dependent actually on how fast the image goes underneath.
Yeah.
So if you're moving faster, a big fish could look small, and if you're moving slow, a smaller fish could look bigger.
Check it out. Over there you can see little fins popping out of the water and circling. They kind of look like sharks. That's bunker. So bunker are actually vegetarian, but the stripers love them, and it's so cool to see them sitting right on top. It'd be really, really cool to see a striper just come up and explode on him. But you can see right now, even though we have no fish yet, there's so much life in this river. It's really a matter of time, hopefully. And you can see we're gonna roll up on that bit of structure right there. So that's a bunch of rocks, and the striper like to hide on the other side of the current from that. And then when the bait fish get kind of thrown over it by the current, they'll just come up and smack him. So fishy, fishy, fishy. More bunker right here. Look at them. Look at them. Wow. We're going right on top of these guys. Wow, wow. Look at that school. That's crazy. I need a striper to just absolutely inhale some of them. The amount of bunker we're seeing here is just unreal. Right over here, bunker. It's crazy. We just see little fins right on the surface. Seems like it's the end of the bunker season, so most of them are gonna die off pretty soon, but FishBob's telling me there were millions earlier in the season. You could just see them absolutely everywhere. I'm impressed just by how many I'm seeing right now. It's like anywhere I look, there's little shark fins, and yeah, nothing compared to other times of the year though. So that's one of the reasons why these striper get so big. And we were actually talking about it on the way over here, why the striper here are so much bigger than the ones in California. And even though California does have some huge stripers, you know, a 40-inch striper is not very rare here in California. That's a trophy. And FishBob's telling me part of the reason why he thinks that is there's just not the same amount of bait. You know, even though the California stripers will feed on salmon, steelhead, all of that, they just don't have the millions of bunker available to them that these guys have here. And I'm literally seeing more bunker. Oh, you see that? There's a striper on the bunker. You see that?
Yeah.
Right on the top, right on top. All right, well, that's a good sign. We're just waiting for these rods to explode, honestly. So we're passing this pillar right here that looks very fishy, and not only we think it's fishy, but you can see there's a nest up there, and that nest, that's an osprey nest. So the osprey is a fishing eagle, and so those guys, I'm sure, have been feasting on the bunker as well. They just come down, grab it, and fly up there. But that's a big nest. You can see they're pretty big predators, and it looks like it's got its own castle built up there. That is a prime location. That is a lot. That is a lot. There's some big fish.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. All right, this is a school of striper. This is exactly what we want. This is the kind of marking that would absolutely make one of these rods go wild. Let's see if they want it. Very shallow water, 12.5 feet. You can see the water is actually pretty warm, 60 degrees. And right now we're passing over all of this structure. You can see a bunch of striper over there, and we're coming up on some more over here. So looking like a striper minefield. We're gonna speed it up a little bit, see if they want our lures a little faster. Fish on. GoPro, start recording. There we go. There we go.
Stops taking line, then you start working on it.
There's a striper. Yep, and I see him. Oh shit. The reel just came off. We're gonna pop this thing back on. Well, fish is still on. There we go. Yeah, still on.
Did he jump?
He's near the top. Nice. So I saw him. I saw him surface. Yep. Just keeping tension here.
Yep, keep tension. If he wants to pull, stop reeling, let him pull.
Yeah, I see him near the surface. We're gonna get the net ready. It looks like he's coming in. He had a good initial run, but now he is tiring, as stripers do. Let's see. Just if he comes toward me, I'm just making sure to keep the line tight at all times. But that's fish number one. See if we can get him in. First fish of the day right here. Beautiful striped bass. So basically these guys, they come up here from the south in the spring, and they hang out here. And right now it's the fall run, so they're gonna make their way back down. But you can see this guy's probably been engorging on some bunker, and just look at what a pretty fish this is. So really nice. Look at those big spikes up there. Those can be tricky to handle, but very nice. You can see they have those continuous striped lines like that, like a zebra. Sometimes in California you see ones with broken up lines, and it's because they sort of got hybridized with some white bass. But this is a pure East Coast striper. We're gonna measure him really fast. The slot size is 28 to 35 inches. So let's see if he meets those requirements, and if he does, that's dinner. Yeah, that's 29, almost 28 inches. And we're gonna take this guy home. This is a andronymous fish, basically. So they'll hang out in the ocean. They'll come lay their eggs in rivers. And so very special fish. It means they can handle both salt and fresh water. So they do that with a special gland, but makes them very fun fish to target. You can catch them a lot of places. They were introduced to California in the 1970s, and that's why you see me fishing for them over there. But this is the OG East Coast striper. So a lot of the bunker out here, this is the last thing they see. Beautiful fish. And yeah, we're gonna keep fishing. That's fish number one.
Look for a bigger one.
It's a good one. We're gonna catch a bigger one. Great start though, but we want more. We still got some light left, so we're gonna make the most out of it. All right, looks like we just got tapped on this rod right now, so maybe a striper is after it. GoPro, start recording. Yep, that's another fish. Let's see. Taking a bit of line right at the start, so I'm just taking my time. Look at that.
You feeling line?
Yeah, he's feeling some line. So pump up, reel down. Feels bigger than the last. And he should be coming in. That's a good one. There he is, top of the water. Just don't let him have any slack in the line. And we got the net ready for the second fish. Here he comes, another good one. Woo! Looks like the bite's picking up. Been about 10-15 minutes since that first fish. We had nothing at the start, and right now, boom, double stripers. Alrighty, sun's going down. Take a look at this fish. Very nice. Number 2, definitely another keeper. Very good looking fish. Look at this thing. Beautiful tail on this fish. And let's get a quick measurement. But you can see it's pretty big. I'm about 6 feet tall, so that's a good fish. That's dinner right there. Put him up against this, and yeah, looks like another 29. Looks like this guy's a bit chunkier than the last one though. So we got right about the same length, but this guy a bit girthier. And look at that, beautiful fish. Mwah. And I'm gonna get him on the stringer, keep fishing, because looks like the bite is on right now. This is right as the sun's going down, so striper are known to like to hit at this time. We're gonna take advantage. So interesting thing has been going on with these striper. We just caught 2 back-to-back. FishBob thinks he knows why.
Right, so basically both of those fish came after I increased the speed. Because right now it's the bottom of the tide's going out. So there's a lot of water moving against us. We're going up current, so we weren't really moving, you know, upriver. Our RPMs were up, but we were fighting the current. And in an attempt to kind of change the spot, I took the speed up a little bit, and I'd say right within 30 seconds we got that hit. So we're not moving faster, even though the RPMs are up, just a little bit upriver, and it seemed to kind of do the trick. They'll hit anything from just below a mile per hour, and I've seen them hit all the way up to 4 to 5 in between there, which is kind of fast for I mean, it's not a pelagic fish, it's an inshore fish, you know, so I wouldn't troll if you go do this, you know, on your own. I wouldn't try to troll over 5 miles an hour.
And this coming from striper expert. If you haven't already, I'm gonna leave the links to his Instagram down below. Just look at the amount and the size of the stripers he catches. It's just quality fish only. So check that out, and we're gonna keep fishing, see if we can get on a big one. It's getting dark out. There is no filter on this camera right now. That's just what it's looking like out here. It's dusk, and we got our dinner strung up back there. You can see 2 nice striped bass. Those are gonna be great tasting. And pretty soon we're gonna turn around, head down the river. It's gonna be down current, so it's actually gonna be much faster to head down than it was to head up. But anything could happen from now till we get back on the launch. So let's see. Look at my thumb. That is called bass thumb. So basically bass will chomp down on your thumb, and they got little like sandpaper-ish mini teeth. So your finger will just get a little sanded. And basically people get bass thumb from largemouth bass a lot, but compared to a striper, that's nothing. So got the bass thumb, but it's all good. Better to have bass thumb than no fish. Okay, that is it for today. Night is upon us and we have to go back in. Hopefully we'll get on some more stripers though in this trip. I'm sure we will. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share it with people. Check out FishBob. I'm leaving his Instagram down below. Give him a follow, give him some likes, especially if you're fishing in the California Bay Area as well as the Northeast. So he's all over the place catching fish left and right. And that is it for today. So guys, until next time, tie lines.